Hello everybody, it's Non-C News here, and today we've got some breaking news coming from just everything, I guess. First we've got news from Singapore. I'm pretty sure if you know that Zelensky did arrive in Singapore the other day uh, for a conference on security in the Asia Pacific region, and in this conference he did in Singapore, he insulted China. He said China is an instrument in Putin's hands, said Zelensky, because China will not attend the Swiss conference. So if you take a look at this, the Swiss conference is obviously going to be held in Switzerland. It's meant to try and make a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine. The only problem is, from Russia's eyes, is that obviously in this peace treaty, Ukraine is going to demand everything back, including Crimea. So all this red lines and Crimea they want back. They won't accept a peace deal until they get it. And the Russians are saying that's very naive, and obviously you're not getting it back. We fought for it, and you know. But Ukraine's not stopping until it gets the 1991 borders back. So, but with this, China will probably definitely not join the Swiss conference. I'm pretty sure Joe Biden's not even attending the peace conference. That's just on top of my head, so I don't really know. Talking about China, we've got some breaking news when talking about Taiwan. The Chinese defense chief said Beijing is ready to forcefully stop Taiwan's independence, and this this is pretty alarming news because if you don't know, these past couple of weeks, the Chinese Navy has been conducting naval exercises outside Taiwan, and it's really been boiling over here, I guess, in the Pacific region and Taiwan, in the East China Sea and stuff. So it's getting really bad over here, and I'm pretty sure Xi Jinping ended up saying something about that. So we are seeing a continual escalation. Xi Jinping said it will stop Taiwan becoming independent too, because in China, the mainland China's view is that Taiwan has always been a part of China. It's just a breakaway state. Talking about the Swiss conference, we also got news that Saudi Arabia will not be participating in the Swiss conference as well, because the Russian Federation is not going there too. So it's the same story with China. They're kind of taking Russia's side on this, and probably we can expect Iran to do this, and even India. In that's not confirmed with India, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. So very interesting. We've got some news that Hezbollah, um, near the Lebanon border, has shot down an Israeli drone. If you can see this video here, you can see the Israeli drone falling down. So it's getting more and more, you know, escalating between Lebanon and Israel, Hezbollah and Israel, because we've seen like shells being shot on each side, now drones. So it's getting really, really being escalated. So, and we got some news coming from Viktor Orban. He says World War III is literally around the corner. Well, he didn't say that, but he's implying that NATO is preparing to uh, engage Russia and go into a war with Russia. And the Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban announced the death of Ukraine if it refuses a peaceful settlement. So Viktor Orban, his stance is that the more this war goes on between Russia and Ukraine, the more it's going to get bad for Ukraine. And we can already see this with coming up to Kiev. We got some news from Kiev that Ukraine is now going very low on manpower. So there's less and less like men to fight in Ukraine. But I'm gonna give you some like quick numbers off the top of my head. A lot of people have said Ukraine has suffered 500,000 casualties. Well, you can take that however you want to take that. I don't know if it's true. I don't know how they would know. So that's just the rumors. What's been said in Ukraine. So it's getting more bad. And um, Viktor Orban also said it wants to prevent Europe from going to war with Russia, and it knows how to do it. I don't know what he meant there. Apparently, he has some peace plan or peace treaty thing that he wants between Russia and all of NATO. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but he's apparently got a plan. And when talking about Hungary, apparently Hungary is now supplying Serbia with weapons, but most of these weapons are Soviet type weapons. Apparently, Hungary is about to supply 50 BTR-80As armored personnel carriers. The first 20 will be transferred today, while the others 30 are expected to be delivered tomorrow, which will be today again. So Hungary's now transferring equipment for Serbia, so very interesting. I don't know why they did it, but they did. I don't have any news the reason of transfer of these Soviet Russian equipment, but apparently it just happened. We're getting more news that NATO is pumping up the numbers of military aid to to Ukraine. If you've seen this video, tons and tons of Abrams tanks and uh, French tanks and Polish tanks are going into Ukraine. So huge military aid is coming to Ukraine. And we got some really weird news coming from North Korea. Apparently, North Korea has sent 150 balloons filled with garbage and managed to kind of drift it towards South Korea. And the balloons started crossing on the 28th of May and fell in various locations in the country of South Korea, but in the southern part of South Korea. So I don't know. I don't know why North Korea decided to fill a bunch of balloons with 150 balloons with rubbish. Maybe North Korea is having waste problems or stuff. They decided to not launch it in the sea or something. Why not? Why not launch it into South Korea, their main enemy? So they did it. We got some news coming from Belarus that Belarus is continuing to say that the Belarusian Air Force is ready to operate with tactical nuclear weapons, and it's coming more independent and more of a independent fighting force without Russian instructors how to use these tactical nuclear weapons. Apparently, they've been training the true how to do these tactical nuclear weapons, but apparently they fully trained their teams and their air force how to use these nuclear weapons. So very um, weird news coming there. We also got some news that Russian uh, Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister of Russia, has now arrived in. I've always I've always not been able to pronounce this country. Guinea, Guinea. But you can see that the Russians are obviously got a national interest in these African countries. Half of these, well, not half, but some of these countries actually have Russian military bases in them. Like we've seen Niger and Chad and Mali all have Russian forces, Wagner forces in them, and they're fighting terrorists and stuff and bringing order to these countries. So Russia's obviously got a big interest in Africa, and it's making friends, and it's continuing to do so. We've actually got some pretty cool news coming from China. Again, China actually sent a moon drone um, to the moon, far right of the side of the moon, and it actually landed. If you've seen this video, there's apparently a Chinese Chang 6 probe which landed on the far side of the moon successfully. If you can see here, it starts going down, and eventually it lands. So big advancements to the of China. And the last news come today is an unfortunate um, thing that happened in Portugal. A plane crashed. There was a plane collision, air show, and it resulted one person has died so far. We don't know what's happened to the rest. And that's all I have for you today, and I hope you like these updates, because apparently some people don't. Unfortunately, like my reporting, I'll say this very again, I'm really new to this, and I'm going to try my best to try and keep you all updated. So I thank you all for watching. I hope you subscribe and like and share, and I hope you all have a very, very good day. I'm Non-Scene News, and I will provide you news that Western media does not show you, or media in general. Thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.